What's going on, y'all? We got to catch up with country music singer-songwriter Craig Campbell to talk about his new cover album, Class of '89. And we got to talk to Craig about his annual Celebrity Cornhole tournament that's taking place on June 4th. We're going to be there for all the action. Let's hear what Craig had to say. So the last time we saw you was at the Daryl Singletary tribute, and you were telling us you were getting ready to release this cover album, and now it's out.
It's here.
And I've been loving it. You know, we play 80s, 90s, early 2000s here at y'all. So I want to dive into it. How did this cover album come about?
Well, it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. You know, and every time, you know, having record deals, when you have an idea, you run it up the flagpole, and 9 times out of 10 they shoot it down. And I remember, like, one of the first, like, I put together this top 5 list of things that I wanted to do when I became an independent artist, and I think this album was number 3. And so I started working on it, went in and recorded from mid 2022 to the end of 23 is how long it kind of took. But I knew that I wanted to do it ASAP, and then also, even as an independent, I had to make sure the timing was right and get plenty of marketing done and just get it set up right, and then finally put it out. But the time was right, and it feels good to be able to finally show people what I've been working on.
Mm-hmm. So were these songs that you were raised on, influenced you? How did that?
Oh, yeah.
Clint Black, Restless Heart.
All that. Every song is on there for a reason. Clint Black, Killin Time was the first one we recorded. I knew that song had to be on there just because it was the very first cassette that I bought with my own money, and it just that album and a couple of more albums were very key in pointing me in the direction of first finding out that I loved country music. Second, finding out that I couldn't help but sing along every time all these songs came on, and then I said, you know, so then on down the road, I said, hey, maybe this is something I could do.
Well, we love it. And I love your music. I mean, Fish, Outskirts of Heaven, obviously is a beautiful song. Out of My Head. I'm a huge Craig Campbell fan. So your personal music, is that on the horizon this year? Or?
Oh, yeah, always. I mean, you know, we get asked a lot about what's happening, and the creative, the wheels never stop turning. It's always writing, recording, you know, the idea that you can write and record and put out everything is kind of wild. But, you know, I know, like, this project has sparked a lot of interest. So I'm definitely going in to cut a back half. Like, so there will be a part 2 to this Class of '89 album. I have recently re-recorded all of my radio hits, so I'm going to put those out at some point with a different spin on them. And then I got a song that I'm excited about that's probably going to come out near the election. It's called Stick to Our Guns. It's very polarizing and controversial, and I'm excited about it.
But it's going to be a huge song. Yeah. You probably have so much more freedom now being independent.
I can do what I want.
You can literally do whatever you want.
For sure.
So speaking of doing whatever you want, let's talk about some cornhole. You were throwing a Celebrity Cornhole tournament on June 4th, and this is something that you do every year to honor your father, correct?
Yeah. So it started, this is our 10th annual. It's our, every year we get together. The Cornhole tournament is, we do during CMA Fest. It's, I'm excited that we've actually been able to keep going this long, but it's always, every year it gets bigger and better, and so the idea is just to get a whole bunch of people together and throw some bags around and raise money for colorectal cancer. My dad, he was 36 years old when he died with colon cancer. So that's where it all started. You know, I grew up without him, and I just felt like the more I learned about colon cancer, it's very preventable. So I said, I got to do what I can to tell everybody that you can prevent this. And that's where it all started. And I looked around when the idea of the cornhole tournament, just nobody was having a cornhole tournament, and we all do it. We all play on the road. We carry boards around with us in our buses, and nobody was having a cornhole tournament. So that's where it began, and we've had a lot of fun. We've raised a lot of money, and this year's no different. I'm excited about year number 10.
Back to that, but how's your cornhole game? You've been practicing that arm or what?
My cornhole game is as good as it'll ever be. It's as good as it's always been. It won't get it. I don't think it'll ever get worse. The key to having a good game is having a really good partner. And I have won my tournament several times, but it's always because I have a good partner. And there's going to come a day where I'm just going to not participate because they start accusing me of rigging it, and I don't want them to feel that way.
Yeah.
But it's yeah. So I think my game is as good as it'll ever be. But I've been fortunate to have good partners.
Yeah. Do you know who your partner is going to be this year? Is it kind of chosen at random? Who's paired with who?
So nobody knows who their partner is. It's so all the celebrities will be basically up for auction. So let's say you are a Taylor Holder fan. You could go online and bid to be his partner. So you could say, hey, I want to play cornhole with you, but somebody get outbid you. You just got to keep bidding, and that's our main source of the money that we raise comes from the auction of the celebrities. So that's how that works. So none of us know who our partner is.
Well, that's really cool. We're actually giving away a pair of VIP tickets here at Y'all 1067 where they can meet everyone who's playing and just really be a part of the fun. So if you're interested in that, head to our website, y'all1067.com to enter. That's taking place on June 4th at Yeehaw Brewing, right?
Yes.
Peabody, 6 and Peabody. Yep.
Peabody.
Old Smoky Moonshine. So we're looking forward to that. So let's talk about Grindstone Cowboy on your hat. You're a coffee connoisseur. That is a business you started with you and your wife, Mindy. Yep. So tell us, how did that idea come about? Were you just sitting around like, man, this coffee, I can make it better?
No, I'm not actually. I'm not a coffee connoisseur. I had this idea. The name Grindstone Cowboy was something I had written down one day. I thought, man, that'd be a great name for a coffee shop. So my idea was I was going to trademark it, no matter what. And if somebody ever decided to do it, they'd have to pay me, Then I was at the airport one day and I saw the line at Starbucks and I'm like, this is wild. Like, people are waiting 45 minutes, an hour for a cup of coffee. And so I just started thinking, maybe I should do this. Maybe I have the name. And I pitched it to my wife and she didn't like the idea at all. But I've slowly just kept chipping away and finally convinced her I thought it was a great idea. And then so even the idea of doing it when we did it was like the heat of COVID. So there was that, but we were like, man, I've always been the type to just jump without knowing if there's a net or not. And so that's kind of what we did. We mortgaged our house and built this place, and it's been a blessing. We actually, it's been such a blessing to open, and now it's doing so well that we're actually opening 2 more locations this year.
Oh, so, congrats. That's exciting. In Tennessee?
One will be in Tennessee and one will be in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's in Eagleville right now.
So right now our mothership, if you will, is in Eagleville, Tennessee. That'll always be home. We have another location going in about 30 minutes south of us in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Should be opening early or in sometime in the next 12 months. And then we got one going down on 38 in Florida, a little town called Santa Rosa Beach.
Isn't that cool? Just an idea you randomly thought of in your head, didn't even know if you were ever going to follow through with it. And now you're going to be on your 3rd location.
Here we are. Yeah,
that's really cool.
Wild.
Well, congrats.
Thank you.
So, Craig, for the people listening, you're a councilman, right? That's what it says in Eagleville.
Yep. City council.
Yeah. Maybe we'll run for mayor of Nashville.
No. I'm being on city council. I hang out with the mayor and the vice mayor, and they talk about the phone calls they get. I don't want those phone calls at all. City council, as far as it's going to go, I like being a part of what's happening in Eagleville, especially having a business downtown. I'm able to know ahead of time things that are coming down the pipe, and I can be a part of those, making those decisions. And so that's kind of where that's where the idea of being city councilman came from, was just knowing that I had a business downtown that was affected by those decisions. And I said, I want to be a part of that.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Well, if you're in Eagleville, check out Grindstone Cowboy. Check out Craig's new cover album and join us at 6 and Peabody on June 4th for the Celebrity Cornhole Tournament. Yeah. Craig, is there anything that we did not cover today that you want our listeners to know? Just
follow me on social media. My handle is at Craig Campbell TV. I know that's a shameless plug, but I am very happy and very proud of my content that I've been putting out over the last couple of years.
It looks great.
It's exciting. So, if you want to see me every now and again in a Speedo, I encourage you to go to, especially on my TikTok. My TikTok game is on fire right now.
Okay.
So
How about your girls? Do they help you out with that?
They don't. Matter of fact, they tell me to chill, Daddy. Like my friends are watching your TikTok. I don't need you to be doing this anymore. So they don't. They discourage me. Yeah. But I'm having fun with it.
At Craig Campbell TV on Instagram. This is y'all 106.7.